What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is an iced coffee, and this is the Brown Buffalo Conceal Pack. And you want to know what they have in common? Absolutely nothing. This one tastes great, and if I chewed on this one, it would taste terrible. But in this video, we're going to review this bag, let you know what I think after using it for about 6 to 8 months now. All right, the Brown Buffalo Conceal Pack is an amazing bag. I am, I guess, a bit of a bag snob. I've had Tom Bins for many, many years now. And the last one I had was sort of their like sling bag. It wasn't like a messenger bag or a true sling bag. It was more like a merce. It was like a purse, but for a dude with a laptop. And I recently upgraded to a 15-inch MacBook Pro from my 13-inch model, and it just didn't fit in there anymore. It was made for the 13-inch, but still an amazing bag. Maybe I'll review that as a long-term review coming up. But I did a lot of research in the backpack style bags because I have 2 kids now, and I might find myself at a coffee shop but needing to carry a little bit more stuff than, you know, what the Merce did for me for many years. I did a lot of research. I don't even remember how I came across the Brown Buffalo pack. But this has been an amazing bag, and I want to talk about why I bought it today. And just real quick, if you want better bag reviews, my boy Chase Reeves does amazing bag reviews. He has like 1 million bag reviews a week. He's a good dude. We're great friends. And I think maybe I watched his review on this bag, which is the only review I've ever seen on this bag. So if you want to check out more bags, if you're interested in more stuff like that, check out his channel. I'll link it up below. By the way, we're not really good friends. I wish we were good friends. Maybe someday he and I will shake hands at a conference or something like that. All right, straight away to the top of the bag. As I go through this bag, I'll highlight some of the things I really like and some of the things that I don't really like about the bag. We'll start with the brand itself. So the Brown Buffalo, the gentleman that owns this, I believe it's a husband and wife that owns this company. You know, when I'm looking at physical products and even digital products, for many of you that know me, you know, I really like the high quality product, small mom and pop shop, but this guy who has built this brand and this company, he is not a stranger to building bags. I mean, most notably working with Nike and other large brands. You can check out more of that stuff on thebrownbuffalo.com. I love the story behind it. I love the craftsmanship. He does really well with his Instagram page, showing you the details and the quality and the craftsmanship that goes into a bag. So, you know, if that is important to you, which I feel like some of us out there, we really care about quality products. I mean, this isn't something you're gonna run over to Dick's Sporting Goods and buy for like 60 bucks. It is $240, but sold out on the website right now. And in fact, that's part of the thing that I like about this. It's not these high production runs. They're made in America, handcrafted and all this fun stuff using great materials. And it was very important to me when I looked at bags that I was buying into something like that. I felt that same way with Tom Bin, even though they're a very large company at this point, or at least I perceive them to be kind of large at this point. It was very important to me when I bought this bag. All right, so if 240 bucks doesn't scare you because you want quality, everything about this bag screams quality. I mean, starting from the handle right at the top, everything is like, I don't know what that stitching is called. There's a word for it. there's a term for the craftsmanship of the way this is stitched, and it's all of that seatbelt material, right? That really, you know, tough, you know, you could probably, you know, use this to tow another truck attached to another truck or a school bus. All of the straps are that seatbelt material, so you know it's gonna last from the tugging and the pulling that you might do from every day-to-day use or going through an airport or something like that. Speaking of airport, there's this little handle here for your, you know, roll-on bag that you might have with the handle. You can slide this right in. I think that's a nice touch. You know, the handles, again, double stitch, triple, quadruple stitch, I don't even know, but the quality is great. The padding could be a little bit more in the arm straps here, and it's a little thin. I want to say maybe 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, not really sure, but it could feel a little bit thicker. One of the things that is important to know about this bag is it is what I would conceive to be a day bag, right? Just a bag that you're gonna use throughout the day, not even an overnight bag or a weekend bag. So you can see I've got my laptop in there, I got some other stuff, but this is about as wide as it's gonna get. And I have a North Face that I probably only paid about 100 bucks for, an Osprey excuse me, not a North Face, an Osprey bag for about $100, and it's an amazing bag. Like, I've had it for probably as long as I had my Tom Bin bag, about 10 years. And I mean, the thing just holds up to anything. And it's starting to wear a little bit, but I can pack so much stuff in there. It's 32 liters. When I go on a trip, I just throw everything in there. My last trip that I went on, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring the Conceal Pack. I wanna be sleek. I wanna be cool as I'm walking throughout the airport. And I started to pack this up. And as soon as I got my headphones and my gear in here for just my digital nomad purposes, not digital nomad, but digital stuff that I do, I couldn't really fit much else. I could probably throw my Kindle and maybe an iPad in here, but like a shirt or a pair of shorts or just like other stuff that you want to bring with you, like even your toiletries, it gets pretty tight with this bag. So I think if you're considering this, you're really considering this for that professional use. You want a backpack style, but you don't want it to scream Osprey or North Face like you're about to climb a mountain. And that's the reason why I like this bag. One other negative on the exterior of this bag is there is no pocket for a water bottle or something like that. So accessory pockets on the outside, kind of limited to just this front accessory pocket here, but it's quite large. I mean, it spans the whole front face of the bag. So you could stuff maybe a lightweight long sleeve shirt in here or something like that, or just other quick things on the go. But it's called a Conceal Pack because it's light, it's thin, it's concealable. It's almost like a ninja, right, is how I think of it. And that's the idea behind it. You're not gonna go mountain climbing with this bag. But the materials, this 1000D, let's just listen. You hear that? Like all the tech reviewers, when they peel a sticker off like I don't know, the side of a case or something like that. This is 1000D Cordura nylon. This stuff is like tactical, weatherproof, stormproof, dare I say even bulletproof to a degree. You know that this is going to stand the test of time, especially the weather. So I live in New England, rain, snow, sleet, hot sun. I mean, we've got everything here, and that was a major part of buying a bag. I didn't want to buy a bag that was going to tear apart. When I looked at the handle, when I looked at the zippers, I was like, this thing is going to stand the test of time, and that's a huge factor of why I bought it. You can see here, it's pretty shiny. I've got the window open so the sun can hit this. These zippers are lined with a protective coating to block out any kind of rain or moisture from getting in. And it's an amazing zipper. So let's just listen to the sound. This is high quality YKK zippers. I don't know the exact model number or teeth size of this off the top of my head, but they're very big zippers to grab onto. They got the extra nylon rope, which is like double looped in here. So you know it's gonna stand the test of time there and block out any kind of weather. It's gonna weather the weather. One thing that I'll say is a sort of drawback to this, because I have young kids, I'm always holding them, right, or walking around the house, and if I need to get something in here, or even if I'm at the coffee shop and I need to reach over to unzip this, like, I have to tug at it to get this open. So if I'm holding my son, it's not always easy to just one hand open this thing. I'm sure it'll loosen up over time, but like I said, I've had this bag for about 6 to 8 months. It doesn't look like it's really gonna break down any more than it is. So just a note, just a little nuance there, that it is hard to open with that one hand. One other note that I'd like to point out are the loops that you use to adjust this bag. I never really adjusted bags too often, and maybe that's just my noobish approach to wearing backpacks, but I would always put a backpack on and just put it on and walk away. This bag, I really tighten it up. It's really an easy bag to adjust the size because, again, the quality of these straps are like that seatbelt material, so it moves nice and smoothly. And they got these little thumb hooks, these little finger hooks. I don't know if I can try to get in there and show you that loop right there. These things are just so easy to grab onto and adjust that it makes my life adjusting my bag super easy. And these aren't things that you're looking at when you're buying a bag, like how easy it is to adjust these straps. It's just these things you find and you discover as you use a bag. It sounds silly, but when you use the same bag for nearly a decade and you move on to a new bag, you start to see all these or discover these nuances that, man, I really missed that in my other bag, and but this bag has this new feature that I really like, and that's one of the ones that I find, albeit small, very nice to have and a nice touch in the quality department. All right, we're gonna open up this bag. Funny story, when I did that the other day at the coffee shop, I did that zipping sound and people thought I was about to DJ. I heard somebody like yelp from the back saying, I thought he was about to, you know, DJ with some turntables. I guess it sounds like that. Anyway, all right, this is the bag open. This is what I carry from my day-to-day. So I've got my laptop, I've got a pen, and a nice little pen pouch. I have my headphones in here, my Sony wireless headphones. I'm not gonna put those back. And my stupid Mac dongle, which I have to have. And then I have this accessory pouch, which is a tactical pouch with MOLLE straps on the back, which I bought for another backpack, which I'll show you in a second, which I'll maybe review in the future, but I had bought it before I bought this bag and realized, great bag, but really too tactical for my everyday purposes. And then down the bottom, you have this nice base to fill in some other stuff down here. Again, it's a pretty rigid bag. So when I lay this flat, you can see how this, the face of the bag stays up. You know, it's got this really heavy-duty rubber material. Let's listen. This really heavy-duty rubber material so that rain and the elements don't get through. So that's a bonus. That's awesome. But it adds this sort of rigidness to the bag, so it doesn't just fold down. And of course, there's this foam layer here at the bottom, which is keeping it up high. Right. This is the base of the bag. We have these pockets right here. They're pretty good pockets. Now, there is one challenge of this bag, which I found was, you really have to have a set amount of equipment to carry with you in order to make this bag really work. So if you're somebody that has a ton of stuff, right, sort of outside of the you know, carrying an extra accessory case to put all your wires and all your other dongles and memory cards and chargers and everything like that, if you're planning to use this bag and all of the compartments that it has for all of your stuff without carrying an extra accessory bag, I think it's gonna be pretty tough to get by with this bag. These pockets, they're fairly good, but they're not super huge. You know, as an example, when I fit my headphones into this pouch right here, I mean, you could throw your headphones in there, you could throw your iPad, your Kindle or something like that. But if you're somebody that uses, let's say, a case around their expensive wireless headphones, I would imagine it would be pretty difficult to get that in here. And when you do pack this in, these pockets right here become super tight. Very hard to fit stuff in there. In fact, really, I'll throw my cell phone in there, you know, every now and again. I usually carry just like this dust cloth cleaner for my laptop and my other stuff. But really, it gets pretty tight. I'd say the same goes for these. These pockets on this side, they stay fairly open, so you're not gonna like put something in here that's gonna have a bunch of stuff. Like if you had memory cards and other wires and charging cables, chances are they might fall out. You got these little Velcro straps here. Again, nice little seat belt fabric. It's orange, so it's nice and visible, especially at night. Again, orange down here so you can see things. But the pouches aren't really that usable. You know, it really depends, I guess, on what you're carrying, but I've really found these to be just, I might throw something in there like my sunglasses or even my wallet from time to time, but I don't really use these as a packed source in the bag. Coming up to the top is the sort of, I guess, quick accessory you know, pouch. It's see-through, it's mesh, so it breathes depending on whatever it is you're putting in there. And again, I might throw my keys in here if I don't loop them onto the hook here, or some sunglasses, or I have a memory card case. If I'm traveling with my camera, I'll throw that in there so I can quickly grab it. But anything in here that you want to quickly access by opening the top of the bag, that's a great feature. You still have to unzip it. Again, these are like the quick little nuances. In my Tom Bin bag, I was able to I had one clip in the front and I could open that up, quickly grab something and then close it back up again. There's not a real quick accessory pouch on this bag, you know, other than this top or this front facing pouch. And again, you have to unzip the whole thing and kind of fish for whatever it is you're looking for. On my Osprey, there's a little quick pouch on the top. I just unzip it and I can probably fit my wallet and my cell phone in there, and that's it, and that's perfect. This bag does lack that kind of functionality, excuse me, but you know, still overall, you know, a great amount of accessories, pouches in this bag. Let's talk about the laptop holder for a second. It was pretty tight when I first bought it, so if you go ahead and buy this, this is my 15-inch MacBook. It fits in there nice and easy, so let's just go ahead and put that right back in. You can see that's how it sits in there, and it's sort of, sometimes you have to wrestle with it a little bit because of these edges, but it's It's pretty good after you use it a few times, but it was pretty stiff in the beginning. Again, you have that nice rubber coating here, again, which will protect that laptop from any of the elements that might try to seep into the bag from the backside. Like a little bit of padding back here, quarter of an inch. But one thing I do want to point out is the padding at the bottom of the bag is, again, not that thick. So let's take a look. That's the bottom of the bag. It's not that thick. It might be a ½ inch of padding there. And a quick story is I had this on the table of Starbucks. So I was working at Starbucks, and it was just, regular table that you sit at Starbucks. And I grabbed the handle to just walk away, not in a rush, not running or anything like that. I grabbed it and pulled it off the table, and it slipped out of my hand. This handle isn't all that big up top. I don't have very big hands, and I find it kind of tight, so I'm always grabbing it with just my fingertips. And I dropped it probably about waist high, and it landed right on the floor, and it did dent the corner of my MacBook. So I don't know if that'll come through or not, if my Sony will lock in there. But you can see right here at the top, there is a dent at the top, and that was from falling about waist high. And it probably fell just right, like right on the corner. One thing I feel a little bit torn with is I did email Brown Buffalo. I used their contact form, and I said, hey, love the bag, love all the features of the bag, but you might consider adding more padding to the bottom because I dropped this laptop. I dropped it with my laptop in it, and it dented the corner. I never heard back from them. I understand the dude's super busy. If you're posting on Instagram, if you're following him on Instagram, he's talking about how hard it is to run a business like this, and I totally get it. He's making these things in limited runs, so there's just a lot of work that goes into it, but never did get a response. That was a little bit disheartening. Wish he would have at least acknowledged that. It wasn't really in a complaining fashion, just say, hey, add some more padding. Like, I know accidents happen, not a big deal. The one caveat is, I noticed, because this bag is currently sold out, that he mentioned on Facebook the other day, or on Instagram the other day, that they are gonna add some new improvements to the bag from some customer feedback. And I think that's really cool. Again, if you're looking at big brand backpacks, it's great because they're affordable and accessible. You can get them anywhere. If you have a problem with them, you can probably return them super easy. I think the cool thing about this is, it's expensive. It's $240. They have one in just a 420D regular nylon material. It's a little bit less. It's $129, so nearly half the price. But the cool thing is like this is craftsmanship. Like, somebody's building this, they're thinking about innovating it, and they innovate it and they make a new product. It's almost as like collectible, like Jordans, or collecting shoes or something like that. People could literally use their shoes and sell them used on eBay. I see it happen all the time. It's a huge industry. And I'm sure the same thing can be said in a smaller fashion for bags. And maybe I could sell this and get the new version. We do this with MacBooks all the time. It's why if you buy a MacBook, you can sell it for a pretty good return on your investment. So I feel pretty confident with that in these bags. That's the Brown Buffalo Conceal Pack. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first time I've ever done a product review. If there's something else you think I should do for product reviews, let me know. Again, follow Chase Reeves if you want to check out a channel that has a ton of bags. A guy that has a super entertaining show, of course, wrapped around bag reviews. Again, I'll link them up in the show notes below. It's mattreport.com, mattreport.com/subscribe to join the mailing list. Normally, we talk about business. We talk about entrepreneurship. We talk about what it's like to be a blue-collar digital worker in the year 2018 going on to 2019. If you like that kind of chat, stick around, subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up if you like the video. Thumbs up twice if you don't. See you in the next video.